Hi class. Today I'm going to read Genesis chapter 10 from KingJamesBibleOnline.org. Now, a lot of my students here on this channel, Adult Literacy and English Language, they think that when you learn to read that you should memorize how to spell a whole lot of words, and that's not the case. And I'm going to prove to you today that that is not necessary. Because you can pronounce a word, you can learn to pronounce a word without knowing how to spell it, just by your basic knowledge of the sounds that each letter makes. And I'm going to prove that today. Look at all these words, lots of words that I've never heard of before concerning different areas during biblical time, different races of people during the biblical times. Okay, so I'm going to use my knowledge of the sounds that each letter makes from the alphabet to pronounce these words as best as I can. So please bear with me. It doesn't mean that I'm going to pronounce them all correctly or incorrectly, but I'm going to pronounce them as best I can to the best of my ability. In the meantime, click like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Okay, let's get started. Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. Verse 2. The sons of Japheth and Gomer. Let me start over. Verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshesh, and Tiras. Verse 3. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. Verse 4. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Verse 5. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. Verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. Verse 7. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Raamah, and Sabteca, and the sons of Raamah, Sheba, and Dedan. Verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Verse 10. And the beginning of this kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Verse 11. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. Verse 12. And Resen, between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. Verse 13. And Mizraim beget Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Naphtuhim. Verse 14. And Pathrusim, and Kasluhim, out of whom came Philistim and Caphtorim. Verse 15. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth. Verse 16. And the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite. Verse 17. And the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite. Verse 18. And the Arvadite, and the Zimmerite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. I mispronounced that word. I think it's Hamathite. Okay, verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. Verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. Verse 22. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. Verse 23. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. Verse 24. And Arphaxad beget Salah, and Salah beget Eber. Verse 25. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Verse 26. And Joktan beget Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazar Maveth, and Jerah. Verse 27. And Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah. Verse 28. And Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba. Verse 29. And Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. Verse 30. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Sippar, a mount of the east. Verse 31. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. Verse 32. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. That was quite a challenge to read all of these family names. That is certainly proof that you don't have to know how to spell the words that you read in order to be able to pronounce them. I certainly don't know how to spell a lot of these names on here. If someone asks me how to spell a lot of these names, I would not be able to do so on my own. I could make an attempt, but then I might miss some of the letters. So family, definitely when you're learning to read, you want to focus on learning the sounds that the letters make, and then the spelling will come. Please click like and subscribe to my channel. Share the link to this video with an adult who you know is struggling to read or learning to read. And I will see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thank you for watching. Bye.